Hey, Babe Squad. I hope y'all can see me just fine. This live is very impromptu, so y'all already know I'm asking y'all to get the likes up. If y'all can thumbs up this video, thumbs it up now. Don't thumbs it up later. Okay, let me know if y'all can hear me good. But hey, Couture Bays, it's your girl Brooke going live with the Breed Talk and Bae Squad. We have to talk, but before we get started, let's like, comment, and subscribe. Tap that notification bell so you can get all the updates and alerts. And remember, opinions are not facts. Everything we say here is allegedly and for entertainment purposes solely. So sit back, relax, sip you some apple juice or my fave, the vegan water, and let's get into the mess. So first things first, this is a very impromptu live. I was on Twitter Spaces, of course, so I heard everything Nicki Minaj had to say. I've seen what has been said on the internet. We're going to talk about Kimora Lee real fast. We're going to be talking about Joe Budden. And, of course, we're going to be talking about Lil Wayne. But happy Sunday. This is not going to be a relatively long live. Normally, I would do at least 30 to, 45 minutes. That's not going to be today. So if y'all could thumbs up the video, I highly appreciate it. Happy birthday to all the Sagittarius out there. And that being said, let's get into the mess. So first things first, congratulations to Usher. Usher has sold out his 100th show of his Las Vegas residency. This is a really big thing, especially for a Black entertainer. For those that do not know the history of residencies and Black entertainers, the last time somebody was able to do what Usher did, it was Sammy Davis Jr. Sammy Davis Jr. And baby, he wasn't up there serenading the women like Usher is. So let's just keep that in mind. Let's congratulate him. I'm definitely going to go see him on tour. He is the epitome of my childhood. I remember when they was out here saying, they call me U.S.H.E.R. You know what I'm saying? So I can't wait. And I think this is a huge moment. I love that for him. Moving on to the next. Joe Budden. Baby, Joe Budden said he did not like NBA Youngboy's music. And baby, the fans was not feeling it. Okay? Yeah, Mary was at Usher's show last night and she didn't want that man to touch her. I mean, he's younger than her. She probably looks at him like a child. So it is what it is. She had a good time. We got to stop it. We got to let people have their emotions. And I'm starting to get better at that. Allowing people to have their emotional responses to things. So Joe Budden said in the pod that he is not a fan of NBA Youngboy's music. And for someone who has not finished, who did not have a flourishing career in the music industry, baby, whatever he says on that pod be making and breaking some of y'all. It literally crumbles the fabric of y'all being. They are the NBA Youngboy fans. I don't know what he calls them, but baby, they was dragging Joe to the pits of hell. I said, oh my God, if he praises your fave, then all of a sudden his opinion matters. But if he critiques it, if he says I'm not rocking with it, all of a sudden he's a washed rapper who didn't ever make it. So y'all, he can't win for lose. He can't win for lose, but they always tune in. So I get it. Shout out to Joe Budden for that. His opinion don't run nothing over here. I just like to hear to see if we have similar thought processes. So yeah. Not pump it up, but can y'all get the likes up, please and thank you, or we'll be out of here way faster. He doesn't care and states his opinion. I think he do care. I think he do care. I don't know about that. People don't care. I think Joe cares. Okay, because when y'all be on him, dragging him to the pits of hell, he be in his feels too. So let's get into Kimora. Prayers to Kimora Lee. Kimora posted on her IG press conference that her living room almost caught on fire because she has a fireplace, you guys. I seen a lot of people were like, oh, Diddy's at it again. Child. If he wanted to take Kimora out, he would have been did it. Okay, he would have been did it. All right? I don't think he's out here searching to do something to Kimora. She was married to Russell Simmons. Let's be for real. Let's be for real. If Diddy threatened her while she was pregnant and nothing happened, baby. What is she gonna tell? Like, what exactly is she gonna tell for Diddy to set her house on fire? Guys, come on now. Come on now. Like, she's friends with a lot of elitists. Let's stop acting like Kimora is this wonderful saint. She is friends with Mayor Eric Adams, okay? I didn't see her out here writing no dissertations about him. So we gotta stop. Sometimes we gotta just pull back some with the conspiracy theories because it's getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand, but that's just my opinion. I know a lot of y'all don't care about it because y'all not thumbsing up this video. Y'all are not supporting me in that way, the one way that it matters, but it's all good. On to the next. Let's get into Nicki Minaj. So Nicki was on Twitter Spaces because she decided to do a tweet saying that she is not doing the Jingle Bell Ball in Chicago. She will be at the other ones. I think there's Atlanta and somewhere else. The Chicago fans are pissed. And to me, they have every right to be upset because if you spent your hard-earned money to see somebody, you don't want to see somebody else. Like, let's just be honest. Let's put ourselves in these people's shoes. Now, granted, Nicki Minaj did say in the Twitter Spaces she's going to make it up by doing a meet and greet. They could do photos and get merch. But that's when her tour starts. Who's to say they go on tour? And then also, they have to go to the Jingle Bell Ball to get these things. So I'm not upset with neither party. I'm not upset with Nicki Minaj. And I'm not upset with the fans. The fans are entitled to their feelings. Y'all have to stop telling people how they need to feel about things. It's not like y'all bought the tickets for them. A lot of people spent their hard-earned money. Who knows what they did for that money? Who knows how many hours they put up with their boss to get to go to the show? Just for Nicki to say literally the day before. The show is supposed to happen tomorrow night. Literally the day before and saying, I won't be there, but Lil Wayne is going to be in my place. I'm just like, they're entitled to be upset. They're allowed to be mad. Do I know what it's like for my fave to cancel a show on me? No. No, thank God. Let me knock. I pray that does not happen to me. Okay, everybody I wanted to see, I got to see them. But I'm not going to sit up here and act like because Nicki Minaj has like given them things, they're not allowed to be upset. We have to stop that. People have taken off of work. They're flying in. I saw one girl, she didn't even find out until she landed in Chicago. She was like, I did not come here to see Lil Wayne. I was like, granted, there's other people who are going to be there. I think they'll put on a great show. But, y'all, this is literally the day before. And I get it. There's things we're not privy to as fans. What's going on behind the scenes. Her album, she's still doing things to it. Baby, I don't know. Maybe the record execs are like, look, you need to push it back. You're doing too much. Who knows? I do know this. When it comes to artistry and after watching the Renaissance documentary, A-list celebrities are so hard on themselves. Maybe she wants to have this big, I see some messages being redacted. I hope nobody is timing people out. As long as they're not being disrespectful. Mods, I hope they're not blocking anybody. I hope they're deleting it themselves because over here, opinions are not facts. Opinions are not facts. I'm waiting for my laptop to load up so I can see for myself. Make sure it's not inappropriate messaging. But again, I will say this. Let people have their emotions. That's a raw emotion. Can you imagine your fave, somebody you save time off for, money, you're booking a hotel, you're going to the everything. Let's think about this for a second. And you cannot see them, and you find out via Twitter that they canceled the Chicago Jingle Bell one, and that's probably the one you ended up going to because the other one sold out so fast. Let's put ourselves in these people's shoes. And I understand that Nicki Minaj is human. I definitely understand that. But I also understand the fans. I am a fan. Would I be okay with Nicki if I was going to Chicago saying today and the concert is tomorrow, hey guys, I had to cancel, but Lil Wayne's going to be in my place. Now, I am a fan of Lil Wayne, but I'm not going to act like I would not be disappointed. Because let's not act like a lot of those people didn't buy those tickets to see Nicki. A lot of fans bought those. That's why it sold out. Because they wanted to see Nicki Minaj. I'm not taking anything away from Doechii and any of the other artists. I'm sure they have fans going. But let's be real here. Fans are allowed to be upset. And I've seen so many fans telling them, you should just be grateful. I'm telling you this right now. If I'm in my feelings about something and somebody tells me I should be grateful, you lucky I don't cuss you out. Like, we got to stop playing. We got to stop acting like we don't know what's up. Okay? That is not cool. Like, the day before, and the one girl who was going off, she was like, don't tell me how to feel. She said, I literally took time off to see Nicki Minaj. I don't give a damn about Lil Wayne. And that's the realization of fans. A lot of fans don't care about these other acts. They only went just to go see who they wanted to see. It happens all the time. All the time. That's why I always say, like, I'm thankful my faves, and when I say my faves, the concerts I've been to have not been canceled, but I cannot imagine how I would be reacting. And then you got some delusional barbs telling you you should be grateful. Just be grateful. What? I spent my money. I put in time. We don't know what these people did for the tickets. That's something a lady said when we went to go see the Renaissance. We went on see Beyonce. She said, girl, and we was on floor seats. She said, girl, look at all these people. Can you imagine what people was doing to get here? I said, baby, I just went to the job. That's all I did. But I can't imagine what people was doing to get here. Yes, I can. Yes, I can. I'm not going to act like I don't know what's up. Let's not act like these tickets was $50, y'all. I'm telling you, okay, hair, makeup, hotel. When I went to go, the most recent tour I went on was Beyonce's. I paid for a hotel. I paid for Uber. I paid for hair, nails, outfit. Okay? I had cash for the club. Baby, I was properly prepared. I don't live in Houston. So I knew I had to travel to get there. And on top of that, I got to feed myself. I want to have a good time. So I got to equate all that in there. Those are expenses. I just think people just get in their head, you should be grateful. Can you imagine somebody saying that to you? I would reach through the screen. I would be like, are you serious? I should be grateful. And granted, Nicki said she was going to accommodate them. But I also understand. I get both ends. She's not a robot. But at the same time, these fans are not robots either. We have to be respectful with that. I think we've gotten to a point where we're in such a protective mode over our faves. We're losing common sense. Yeah, and then I think it's amazing that she's willing to compensate the fans who are going to be at the Chicago show with who are barbs. I don't know how they're going to prove that, but who are barbs with free merch, and they're getting photos and a meet and greet. I think that's really dope, right? At the same time, it is what it is. I'll never forget when who canceled something. It was somebody big, and they canceled some tour dates. Adele. When Adele canceled, baby, they drug Adele for 2 weeks straight. Adele. This one lady said, this is the second time you canceled. And she was so pissed. And I said, you know what? she's allowed to have that emotion, that raw emotion. And you know what Adele had to do? She had to eat that. She had to eat that. I get it. There's things that happen, but your fans are allowed to be upset. They are. And I get it. Nicki has a lot of constraints. Right now, she got a lot of the who's ready to hear this album. She said it's going to be great. Everybody's going to love it. That's a lot of pressure. That's a lot of pressure to put on yourself. And is she getting the support? Are they listening? I told y'all, I saw the Renaissance documentary, and Beyonce said she has to repeat herself 3 times. 3 times and come with Snapple facts just in order for somebody to listen to her. She literally was like, hey, in the Renaissance documentary, hey, this camera, I need this type of camera because it could do X, Y, and Z. Do y'all know the people told her, and she had it in the film, that's impossible. You can't do that. That's not what it is. And she said, I looked it up. It is a thing. You can do it. So what do we need to do to get it here? If that's going on with Nicki, I really hope she's putting it in some type of documentary or something so people can see the behind the scenes of what really happens to create an album, a body of work, to have a successful tour. Beyonce said it took her 4 years. 4. I just feel like no matter what, everybody's not going to be pleased, and you have to be okay with that. And I don't think Nicki is there yet. I think she's still in her people-pleasing mode, and she needs to get out of that because, baby, you got albums to sell. Friday is 5 days away. You can't please everybody. Some people are going to get pissed. We want the album. We do not want it pushed back. I'm being honest. Can I wait? Sure, but I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait. I done seen all up and down my timeline. People done took off work. People are having streaming parties. I think this is really dope. But if you're going to push the album back, you need to say it now. Don't wait. Don't wait, because there's people doing things to fulfill this rollout, this layout. I done seen the girls and the boys. They out here doing walking the streets, baby. They is hitting the pavement like we about to vote, putting up stickers and QR codes everywhere. And I'm like, this is so dope. Like, I love when the fans get to doing good stuff like this, but I don't like the fans out here telling people how they should react or feel to something when you didn't put no money in on it. We got to stop telling people how to feel when they spent their money. Because I'm telling y'all, if I was going to Chicago, I took off work, baby, Nicki Minaj better be on the stage. It is what it is. You cannot get mad at people for having basic human emotion. It is what it is. And I think so many people get into this mindset of they got to get in protector mode, and they're not listening to people. I mean, it is what it is. People are going to do that. May the best man or woman who drops on December 8th win. It's not going to be a perfect rollout. Y'all know Kanye West is one of my favorite artists, despite all his ish. Kanye West said he was going to drop. 50 Cent said he was going to drop the same day. Kanye told him good luck. Kanye told him good luck. I remember that was a thing. 50 Cent did better, but overall in sales, Kanye West won the war. I agree with everything you're saying, Bree. Thank you. Not booed. Is that what it's like? This is what she does. Pink is the color for Christmas. I think everyone's trying to use her release date. Being able to see your favorite artist who is an icon is nothing to play with. Nothing to play with. All Ye albums go #1. Right? That's what I say. Drop. Don't give a damn. Yeah, just drop it. All this trying to control. You can't control everything. I know a lot of y'all don't like Beyonce, but I'm telling you, that documentary opened my eyes to so much. I'm just like, life is going on, baby. Time waits for no man or woman. While you up here trying to perfect it, time is moving on. What you don't want is for time to just walk on by. Just do. Nicki Minaj knew this when she announced the date. People were going to be tuned in. You either want people to be tuned in or you don't. That means the fans, the stans, and the haters is tuned in. The critiques come with praise. Critiques come with praise. Praise comes with critiques. It's a give and take. Either listen to it or ignore it. How could someone cancel when people spent money on you, especially the holidays? Wow, how ungrateful. Yeah, to me, who cares who drops on the same day? People are going to buy and stream regardless. Yeah, it doesn't. I think her label told her, if you go to this jingle, I think she said yes to a lot of things, and her label was like, no. Because, case in point, she said in the Twitter spaces, if I went to Chicago, they were going to say push the album back. And I can't have it both ways. No one can top Bey's work ethic and dedication. No, I think there's some pretty good people who top it. Yeah, I think these artists are too up in their mind because it's no longer the way we buy albums are not the same. So let's start with that. We're not buying albums the same. We're not listening to the albums the same. They don't critique albums the same. It's a whole different era. We literally rely on, the artists have to rely on DSPs, pure sales, and overall traction of the album. Hence, that's why I tell y'all, when y'all be saying people had a flop album, when y'all talk about Chloe Bailey, she flopped, she had a sold out tour the entire time. It wasn't just this date was sold out, this date was sold out, a sold out tour. Not everybody can do that. Not everybody is doing that. Okay? There are some girls who are afraid to go on tour because they know it's not going to sell. And I feel like if Nicki waits any longer, we're not going to care. It's giving me, if y'all remember when Little Kim came out of prison, we waited for Little Kim for what, 2 to 3 years? And we got tired, and then Nicki came on the scene. Perfect timing. So if she's waiting for this elaborate, perfect time, we don't want to hear it. They bringing albums back within the next 3 to 5 years. Chloe does have great shows. I do want to see Chloe in concert. I just saw a clip of Erykah Badu in concert, and they was eating it up. They was living for it. Sometimes you just got to do things. Nobody wants to hear that. They was dragging Lauryn Hill for being late, baby. We're in a time now where people are not playing with their time and money. The two things you do not get back quickly. Yes, the art of timing is essential. I pay for streaming so I can catch every genre of music. I mean, that's awesome, but I also understand. So I'm not mad at the fans being upset. They're entitled to that. Baby, you can have that. I'm not about to tell somebody they should be grateful. You should feel crazy telling people they should just be okay with at least you're going to get something. Nobody wants to hear that. They didn't even want to hear that from Nicki Minaj. I'm just being honest because they were still mad. Like, I think we've gotten to a point where y'all are not used to people being mad, being in their raw emotion. Let people have that. I don't want to be happy that I'm going to get a behind the scenes meet and greet if I'm mad right now. Let me be mad. Let me be upset. I did not get to see my fave. I have to, I'm getting compensated with Lil Wayne. I like Lil Wayne, but not a lot of people like him. So, y'all was just dragging him hours ago. And to me, that's where it gets a little muddy in the water because y'all be doing things like, well, you should just be grateful and at least. No, baby, don't tell me how to feel. Baby, Usher was always on time in Vegas. I didn't get to see Usher, but I'm definitely going to go see him on tour. Yes, hit the likes, y'all. Are y'all not liking the video? I need to get out of here at 25-minute mark. Lil Wayne looks like a whole gremlin right now. What? I don't know if you... You can say what you want about Beyonce. She shows up. She does not play about her schedule. less talking and more get into it. I just feel like some things are just, this was the biggest proponent I took from the Beyonce documentary. Everybody is not going to get something. Somebody is going to miss out on something. She said that balance is the hardest thing you'll ever have to do if you're on top of your game. And I literally understood that because I feel like that all the time. It's like somebody is going to be left in the dust. They're going to feel like they're not getting something from you. But when you're on track to do something, to make something, to create something, you just have to do it, because when you look up, time has went by, and you have to enjoy the process along the way too. Nicki should have apologized and kept it moving. She did apologize, but I think it was like, it wasn't received well, because at first she was like, guys, we're not going to stay on this. And I understand. I'm a Sag. We just get straight to it. And she's in creator mode. So she's not trying to do this long drawn out thing. She's just probably like, oh my God, this is going to be a thing. This is the blogs. But Nicki, if you're listening, if your team is listening, understand somebody is not going to be pleased. Fuck them. Fuck them. Drop the body of work. Drop the body of work. It's going to be all worth it once you release it. Whatever she was doing should have been placed on hold, and she needed to get on that plane. I don't know. I think they told her, because what it sounded like to me in the Twitter spaces, if she would have went to Chicago, they were going to push the album back. And I was like, she got to listen to her bosses. She got to do what they want her to do. This is the business. This is the business. This is the part of the music industry a lot of people hate. So Beyonce complains about the music industry. Jay-Z complains about it. Nicki complains about it. Hell, Rihanna, she been lying to y'all about an album for how long now? I'm going to drop an album because they know the business part of it. It gets very like, oh, well, we need this by this time. You didn't do it, so we're going to push it back. And she probably was like, no. And they were like, well, you need to cancel. And this is where you got to wear your big girl panties. Hey, guys, I canceled. This is what I'm going to do to make up for it. And she probably feels like shit, but oh well. It happens. You got to just feel that feeling and make sure you get it done. Make sure you get it done. And I know a lot of y'all are probably like, Bree, what? I work in white corporate America. Okay, I don't work in white. I work in white collar America, okay? And it is white. I don't work in blue collar. It is a whole different breed. It is a whole different breed. You got to jump through leaps and bounds to get certain things done. And even when you get it done, baby, you got to... It's a lot. It's a lot. That is the dark side of being in an industry where it's male-dominated. It's predominantly... And you got to puss. They don't. Riri had to sue Rock Nation over her last album because it was leaked on Tidal. Ooh. I think they leaked it because they was tired of her pushing it back. That was a move by Travis Scott. That's my personal opinion. That's my personal opinion, because he was begging her to put it out, and she was like, it's not ready. It's not ready. Yeah, I think if you're not in the music industry, then you won't fully understand. We don't know why she canceled. I'd be pissed too, though, but I'm sure it was a bigger issue behind the scenes. From what I heard, it sounded like if she would have went, they were like, let's push the album back. And I'm like, child, no, don't push it back. Don't push it back. But Bae Squad, that's all I had for y'all. These were the topics for today. To the Barbs in Chicago, my heart goes out with you. I don't know what it's like to be ready to see somebody and they don't show up. I've only had that happen when it came to work things, people who I work with who are like a really big deal and they didn't show up. So I definitely know how that feels. I don't know how it feels on a concert. I pray I never get to know how that feels. The only one time I was disappointed is when we actually bought tickets to go see the London show of Michael Jackson. Y'all know I'm a huge fan, and he passed away. That was the only time I was like, and I was boohoo crying about that. Like, boohoo crying, distraught. That's how I ended up with the passport and all that, because I really wanted to go see him in concert, and he passed away. So that was different, but yeah. So she can't go independent without a label at this point in her career. Who wants to go independent? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. When we talk about independent, we also got to talk about, and I might do a show on that one day, about the touring, the insurance costs behind that, the endorsements behind that, the amount of money you got to put up for that. I wouldn't want to do it either. I would want to use these old men's money to fund the operation. I mean, is the rollout going bad? No, she just isn't going to the Jingle Ball tour. That wasn't a part of Pink Friday. Independent is very tough. Artists need distribution. Doesn't she not have the money and the barb shall stop it? It doesn't matter. Beyonce's not independent. She's not doing anything independent. Nobody wants to do that. Is a headache. Because let's say somebody gets injured at a concert and you're an independent artist. You have to pay that bill. Nobody wants to do that. The money that goes behind it, I see why the people go major label. You have to play nice in the industry. No such thing as independent. She ain't Bae, but Bae isn't Beyonce. I'm just telling y'all, Rihanna's not independent. Like, let's think of our faves. None of them are independent artists. None of them. An independent artist I like, y'all probably never listen to them. Simone, you're tired of her canceling? Where are you at the Chicago show? Nicki will be at Kelly Ripa's show this week. She already being sued from the show in Germany, and she has a label. Yeah, but that's different. That insurance pays for that. That insurance, people cancel all the time. I can't tell people what to do. Yeah, Meg Thee Stallion is now, but look how long it takes her to put something out. People say independent is good, but they be like, she hasn't went on tour. Like, we haven't seen a Meg Thee Stallion tour to date. She got Grammys. Nothing. We've seen her at festivals. She pretty much pulled a Cardi B. I will give her that. Yeah, she has the insurance for the Germany show. But you pay for a lot of things. Say somebody gets injured, you got to pay for that. Say somebody, workman's comp, you got to pay for that. It's a lot that goes into it. Nicki barely ever cancels. It's just that she is such a big artist, so it's magnified. That's true too. And these artists don't want to cancel, but if my boss says, hey, you're going to do this instead of this, what do you want her to say? F you? Hell no, we got to play the game. You got to play to win. And I think that's something we also take out the equation because, baby, after watching that Renaissance documentary, I was like, this is crazy. And Beyonce was saying over to people who work for her. And it was like, no, it can't be done. And she like, and they looking at her husband. Don't look at him, look at me. I'm talking to you. It's a lot that goes into that, but I definitely understand. It's unfortunate. People are going to be upset. She has to have thick skin right now because right now it's not a time to get in your feelings. It's not. And I know people hate to hear that. And as a barb, as a sag, as a woman, sometimes you just got to roll with the punches. But it's going to be all worth it. Like, I'm literally calling restaurants right as we speak after I get off here to be like, hey, did you get my stuff? Did what I needed to do. Did you not do what you need to do? Baby, y'all gonna get a Keith Lee after this Houston trip. I'm telling you that much. I'm telling you that much. The way insurance work when you get sued, you risk them not insuring you again, and you're harder to insure. It's not a good look. Yeah, that's why Cardi B ain't been on nobody's stage. But those are just my thoughts, Bae Squad. I hope y'all enjoyed the commentary. Thank y'all for tuning in. Happy Sunday Fun Day. Happy birthday to all of the December Sagittarius. If it's your birthday today on this glorious Sunday, happy birthday to you. And on that note, make sure y'all run up the views on them uploads, run up the views on them previous lives. And on that note, I gotta go. Bye, hoes.